Oshun, where the APC lost, but we have to look at the causes. We saw what happened at Osun, and we are promising the membership of our party that the outcome of this meeting is going to create a lot of differences.
APC takes talk on Osun governorship election, strategizes ahead of 2023 just as NNPP presidential candidate formally unveils running mate.
Where a victim dies in the process, then automatically those that kidnap him also for the death penalty.
Kidnappers to face death sentence as correspondent evaluates Anti-Terrorism Act Amendment Bill 2022 signed into law.
This is going to impact the economy by 1.3 to 2%.
Also tonight, federal government concessions on Onitsha River Port in view of more economic viability. Hello and thank you for joining us on Network News of Nigerian Television Authority, the NTA. We are live in Abuja. I am Kene Ima Aborike. Michael Olaleye is in our Lagos Network Center and Obehi Otobo Apresai is in Benin. Don't forget that you can follow this news broadcast live on our website nta.ng/live and all our social media platforms displayed on the screen for updates. Let's start with politics as the All Progressives Congress says it has submitted the details of all its candidates to the INEC portal ahead of the 2023 general elections. National Organizing Secretary of the party, Suleiman Argungu, disclosed this at a strategic meeting with zonal and state organizing secretaries in Abuja. Salihu Gwanara reports.
Although the APC leadership says it is still studying the outcome of the just concluded Osun gubernatorial election, these stakeholders have agreed that now is the time for the party to retrace its steps and develop more winning strategies.
We saw what happened at Osun, and we are promising the membership of our party that the outcome of this meeting is going to create a lot of differences in the forthcoming election.
By the wisdom of his leadership, he has also guided us how we are going back to our various localities to see how we reconcile our differences.
It's a step in the right direction, and I hope it will continue.
The National Organizing Secretary, Suleiman Argungu, says reconciliation among party members is a daily routine by the national leaders.
Oshun, where the APC lost, but we have to look at the causes because we have a certain government and we believe something might have happened there, and that's why as organizing secretaries, we are the one that are merely responsible for organizing such things to ensure we explain what has happened.
As stakeholders, the state organizing secretaries have been urged to work hard towards uniting and encouraging members to obtain their permanent voters' cards. In Abuja, Salio Gwanara, NTA News.
Presidential candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, has formally presented Bishop Isaac Dahosa as his running mate for the 2023 general election. The Edo-born running mate at the event expressed optimism that a new Nigeria will birth after the 2023 general election. David Ire reports.
Bishop Isaac Dahosa is from the south but had his education in the north, and his ministry is in the west. The presidential candidate and the party leadership, having considered the antecedents, capacity and ability to get quick results, selected the 57-year-old engineer among the 20 nominees for the vice presidential candidate position.
And bearing in mind that the country requires competent, credible, empathetic, courageous and God-fearing leaders, I came to the conclusion and therefore present you a rare Nigerian that very appropriately fit these requirements.
We take liberty at using every available opportunity to make the difference so as to earn the trust and confidence of Nigerians yearning for good governance and a qualitative leadership.
The vice presidential candidate says he is aware of the challenges ahead.
A fresh deal and a new deal that will empower Nigerian youths and women to be in the front line in leadership and governance. And it is we in the NNPP that are fully prepared and capable to offer this fresh new deal.
A book, Kwankwaso, A Political Allegory, was also launched and presented to the public during the event. In Abuja, David Ire, NTA News.
Meanwhile, as activities build up towards 2023 general elections, the Young Progressives Party is at the forefront of advocating inclusive politics at all levels of participation. This is coming against the backdrop of the continuous voters registration exercise. Yenre John reports.
Nigeria has had more than 2 decades experience of participatory democracy, with much progress achieved and more room for improvement. And to ensure these pitfalls are mended to add value to the democratic process, a new electoral act emerged with gains to count already.
The Electoral Act has improved the way the I guess the electorate should feel. I certainly feel a lot more comfortable. We're not there yet, but we're getting there.
As the nation faces another cycle of election, the party is calling for massive participation, especially by the youths, to get involved into mainstream political administration of the country.
The more younger people come into politics and into the system, things will change as well.
The presidential candidate of the Young Progressive Party says the future of the nation lies in the hands of its citizens and appeals for unity in the interest of the country. In Abuja, Yenre John, NTA News.
Away from politics, a summit on curbing money laundering and terrorism financing in the West African sub-region is underway in Abuja. Participants will be reviewing recent efforts of various governments and exchange ideas on ways to evolve further collaborations to check illicit flow. Dele Atumbi reports.
The bane of development on the African continent is believed to have been attributed to money laundering by some politically exposed persons, thereby denying the region the needed infrastructural facilities. This has equally led to terrorism financing at the expense of the peace of the continent, jeopardizing its security and the people. To check the development, efforts have been put in place both in the past and now to rid the continent of money laundering and terrorism financing. The convergence of these experts is part of the effort to curb the trend.
The primary objective of this summit, therefore, is to promote awareness on emerging money laundering and terrorist financing risks, and to provide a platform for delegates to share experiences and foster cooperation and collaboration towards effective implementation of AMSFT preventive measures.
The trio of money laundering, terrorism financing, and proliferation financing have the potential to pose serious challenges to financial institutions' sound management and can even threaten their very survival. Therefore, as a supervisor, they matter to the central bank.
The summit expresses concern that 3 out of the top 10 countries in the 2022 Global Terrorism Index are from the West African sub-region.
Share experiences of best practices and establish a platform for effective coordination, cooperation, and engagement of competent authorities on how to effectively fight against money laundering and terrorism financing.
The impact of the expansion of the membership of the Lakeshard platform to 11 is also being assessed. In Abuja, Dele Atumbi, NTA News.
In a related development, a multi-agency detection program on countering terrorism travel designed to respond to threats of terrorism and criminal activities across different borders has been initiated by the United Nations Office on Counter-Terrorism. Aviation correspondent Emmanuel Ayimiro reports that the collaboration is to prevent criminals from evading detection by law enforcement agents.
3 years ago, the UN Office on Counter-Terrorism estimated that over 40,000 foreign terrorist fighters from more than 110 countries may have crossed different borders to join terrorist groups in some countries. Since then, a counter-terrorism travel program to assist nations in building their capacity to detect criminals by collecting and using advanced passenger information and passenger name record data have been launched. The whole idea is to improve the use of international databases to checkmate terrorist activities across the globe.
We're concentrating on the airline industry, but we could also envision providing the support for the maritime industry as well, because we need to respond to the threat of broken travel, where terrorists and serious criminals will use different types of modes of transport.
Leading the collaboration is the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, responsible for regulating air travels in Nigeria.
So it not only improves security, it helps with facilitation. And also for us in aviation air transport, it gives us data.
There's a package we call Suspect Index. Suspect is a watch list. And through that database, our system is able to synchronize and give us alerts that this is person of interest.
The counter-terrorism travel program is expected to extend to other modes of international travels, including marine and rail. Emmanuel Ayemiro, NTA News.
On the 6th of April 2022, President Muhammadu Buhari signed the Anti-Terrorism Act Amendment Bill 2022 into law. What is the implication of the new law? Ignatius Nko tells us.
In Nigeria, kidnapping for ransom has become an enterprise, a transaction that invariably leaves families of victims on the edge between the devil and the deep blue sea. Pay ransom and get the victim back, or pay the ransom and still lose the kidnapped. It has been estimated that between 2011 and 2022, at least 7 billion naira was paid as ransom to kidnappers in Nigeria. In December 2020, more than 300 school boys were kidnapped from their boarding school in Kankara, Katsina State. This was 6 years after 276 school girls were kidnapped in Chibok by Boko Haram. Just a few months ago, a Methodist prelate and other priests were kidnapped in the southeast for ransom. The Anti-Terrorism Act Amendment Bill prohibits the payment of ransom to kidnappers and imposes a jail term of at least 15 years for anyone who paid ransom to free an abducted person.
It outlawed the payment of ransom by victims' families, and it provided a jail term for those that contravene that particular section. And I think it also increased the penalty for kidnappers.
Kidnappers feel that once they kidnap people, they pay ransom. But once there's no payment of ransom, of course they'll stop.
If an organ is set up to help in the implementation of that law, we will get some positive results, because it is important for those who are involved in kidnapping to be apprehended whenever they go for such activities and the victims set free.
The new law has made the crime of kidnapping punishable by death in cases where victims die.
Where a victim dies in the process, then automatically those that kidnap him also for the death penalty.
I know law enforcement agents are doing their best, our men and women in uniform, they are doing their best, but they should double up.
It is believed that making ransom payment punishable with lengthy jail sentence will check the increasing incidence of kidnapping and abduction for ransom in Nigeria. The lucrative nature of this crime introduced a new variant, self-kidnap, where some persons fake their kidnap just to extort money from their relatives. The Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022 also provides for the effective implementation of international instruments on the prevention and combating of terrorism and especially its financing. Ignatius Nko, NTA News.
Now, Kaduna State Police Command has arrested a 60-year-old Ali Shuaibu, an escapee from Kuje Correctional Center. He was arrested while on transit from Abuja to Kano. A statement by Kaduna State Police Command Public Relations Officer DSP Muhammad Jalige said the arrest was as a result of credible intelligence on the movement of the escapee reported to police. He said investigations are ongoing before handing Ali Shuaibu to Kuje Correctional Center. You're watching the network news on the NTA. We'll take some messages. The news continues shortly.
Hello everyone. Hope you people have linked your NIN. Don't be like my son Oshegu, who had to wait for his land to be disconnected.
Yes, so mommy, but I am now reconnected. Yes. I went to Airtel shop, enrolled for my NIN, and re-registered my line. Simple and short, no stress. It didn't end there. Airtel rewarded me with a no-vex bonus of 20,000 naira free airtime and data to access all my social media accounts. If you already have NIN, all you need to do is dial *121# or visit the Airtel website to get linked up. Get on it.
Airtel, the smartphone network. His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, will be unveiling the NNPC Limited. This epical event will take place on Tuesday, 19th July 2022. Time 9 a.m. Venue:
the Presidential Conference Center, Aso Villa, Abuja. It is a moment of history. NNPC Limited. Energy for today. Energy for tomorrow. Announcer.
Boboye Oyeyemi, the Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps. Aligned with the commitment of the Corps in making our roads safe, motorcycle riders and their pillions are one of the most vulnerable road users. Always wear your safety helmet. Keep your eyes on the road. Keep a safe distance from other road users. Keep both hands on the handlebars and stay focused.
I dey look for pension fund administrator. Wait up, make sense, wait care for me. No be the time when story go enter the matter when it's time to deliver. No. The bank be sure them no go stress you. Call them then they accessible. Yes. Customer care where they on point. No go regret when you try up cost. Promisable investment. Everything will just be blend. Make you choose premium pension today. Make that switch to premium pension. Premium pension. Make that switch to premium pension.
Join over 700,000 satisfied members and enjoy the premium experience at our offices across the 36 states in Nigeria, including the FCT. Call 094615-700-704 to make the switch today. Premium pension. Active today, premium tomorrow.
For tomorrow.
The Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission cordially invites relevant stakeholders to a 3-day retreat on Petroleum Industry Act 2021 with the theme Petroleum Industry Act 2021 and its impact on Federation revenue. Date Tuesday 19th to Thursday 21st July 2022. Venue Low Meridian, Ibom Golf Resort, Uyo, Akwa Ibom. Time 9 a.m. daily. Barrister Umar Farooq Abdullahi, Acting Chairman of the Commission. Announcer.
Here is a very tough guy who knocks out every opponent, but now he's been knocked down by malaria. Amatem soft gel.
Amatem soft gel makes treating malaria easy. Amatem soft gel is a game changer.
Amatem soft gel are good to combat malaria for body.
Available for adults and children. Say no to malaria. Yes to life.
Welcome back. A recent event on insecurity in the country has brought to consciousness the relevance of protecting court records and premises from intruders. Now, the acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwola, is tasking court registrars to ensure no court data is breached. Olabode Arewa reports.
History has recorded several invasions of public facilities with negative intentions to undermine the judiciary. Efforts are taking proactive measures against such acts, informed this workshop for heads of judicial commissions, chief registrars, and court directors in Abuja.
Being elevated to the position of administration is a new thing that you need to be guided, you need to be taught on the nitty-gritty of administrative work.
You know, there is need for us to know a lot about court management. Without knowing what we are expected to do as management of the High Court or the judiciary, then we may be running the judiciary in error.
Going back memory lane, Acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwola, says current trends in court administration require a combination of efficiency, prudent management of resources, and knowledge in redirecting the perception of court registrars to embrace artificial intelligence, the new paradigm.
Let me encourage you to imbibe core administrative values, practices, and procedures such as risk management, internal control measures, and courtroom safety.
The National Judicial Institute is fronting this cause as part of its efforts in reforming the judiciary. In Abuja, Olabode Arewa, NTA News.
The people of Darazo in Bauchi State have continued to count their losses in the aftermath of last Thursday's rains that flooded the community. Mahmoud Mohammed reports that no fewer than 100 houses were damaged by the flood.
This is Darazo town, the headquarters of Darazo local government area. A recent downpour has swept many of their houses here, more than 100 according to authorities. Many of the residents have been rendered homeless as a result of the devastating effect of the flood. Governor Bala Mohammed visits the area to evaluate the level of destruction.
We're going to send in some solids and SACO in terms of assistance to all the houses affected by the grace of God. But we have told the chairman and the people, we have to do community engagement. People have to come also and assist because our system may not be enough.
Although no human life lost, properties and livestock were affected by the flood. In Bauchi, Mahmoud Muhammad, NTA News.
Qualitative education, good character and morals have been identified as key to building a generation that can take the country to the next level of desired development. The founder of Thomas Adewumi International College, Oko Johnson Adewumi, made this known to the graduating class of 2022. Olajide Bello reports that the class of 2022 was the 20th set of the college.
The procession of the class of 2022 in company of the founders signaled the graduation ceremony after achieving an acceptable standard in every aspect of college life. Preparing the minds of these trailblazers for how to harness the vast potentials embedded in the country, speakers one after the other gave some tips.
Education and the acquisition of knowledge are still the keys to real and lasting freedom.
Education is to help us develop to be part of the solution.
They must establish a goal and then work towards achieving that goal.
For the dedicated founders of the Citadel of Learning, sustaining and even setting records in academic excellence, it has been the making of God, dedicated staff and determined, hard-working students.
And the reason why
we are having success from year to year is that we do not depart from our values. Our values are integrity in our educational system.
For you to succeed in life, you must have character, no matter how intelligent you are. So I want to advise them that they should hold on to their values. Friends will determine whom you turn out to become in life.
For the graduating students, the college availed them the opportunity to discover and maximize their potentials.
I had to make a lot of sacrifice, reading, taking my time to go through my work.
Proud and elated parents described Thomas at Deumi International College as a pace setter in qualitative education and morals.
When I just got to that gate, I had the peace. And my son that we brought, he said, "Mommy, this is the school."
Olajide Bello, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari warmly felicitates with Nigerian Bar Association (NBA) on successful conclusion of its elections, rejoicing with Mr. Yakubu Chonoko Bekiau, senior advocate of Nigeria, who is now the new leader of the legal body. In a statement, President Buhari congratulates the legal luminary for emerging the 31st president of the highly revered association, which has over the years played a major role in democratic and economic development of the country. The president salutes the outgoing president of the NBA, Olumide Abata, and all the national leaders who took the association to a higher level. President Buhari looks forward to a healthy working relationship with the new national leaders of the NBA. We take you now to Lagos, where Michael is standing by with more news. Over to you, Michael.
Thank you, Kene. Following signs of weakness shown by some of the expansion joints on Long Bridge section of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, there are concerns that the project may not stand the test of time. Adeni Taiwo visited the bridge and brought back a situation report.
4.4 kilometers long, the Long Bridge section of the Lagos-Ibadan Highway has a total of 82 expansion joints inbound and outbound Lagos. A key assembly point in bridge construction, expansion joints is central both to the durability of the bridge and safety of road users.
There are movements in the bridge, principally due to differences in temperature and some other factors. So expansion joints are there to take care of those movements, and then because of the contraction and expansion of some members.
There, unpleasant sound, a muffled report coming when the smooth surface of tires bump into steel in barely concealed openings on part of the expansion joint. This sign of weakness on some of these joints has caused a lot of concern among motorists plying the axis.
They should try as much as possible to fix that, because it's as if the Long Bridge has been neglected, maybe because they believe it's kind of still okay.
If the expansion joint is faulty, then the bridge itself, the integrity of the bridge is questionable.
Allaying the fears of the road users, Southwest Director, Highways, Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, Adedamola Kuti said palliative work has begun on the affected parts ahead of full replacement.
We already have plans to complete this Lagos Ibadan before the end of this year 2022. So all these things we are talking about, in another couple of months, those parts should be in the country and then we should be able to fix them.
In the meantime, motorists are still battling with gridlock along the highway, especially from Opik roundabout inbound Lagos, as expansion work intensifies around Bega and Secretariat sections of the expressway. In Lagos, Adeni Taiwo, NTA News.
Every year, when environmentalists, researchers, governments, and other stakeholders gather to honor one of the founding fathers of nature conservation, crucial issues affecting the nation and its diverse ecosystem are examined. This year, the need to balancing ecosystems were examined. Jennifer Igwe reports.
Forest ecosystems, apart from providing food, fuel, medicine, and other resources crucial for human existence, are the largest terrestrial carbon sink on Earth because of their capacity to mop up greenhouse gases that cause climate change. In spite of these enormous benefits, Nigeria, for instance, has lost about 46,000 square kilometers of forest. Only 4 to 7% exist today. Experts at this forum, initiated to amplify the vision of late Chief S.N. Edu, one of Nigeria's foremost environmentalists, examined the implication of this and preferred solution.
First thing is to acknowledge that we have to do development in a people-centered way. People need places to live, they need places to do business, they need homes. So we can't pretend that it's people or nature. It has to be people and nature. I mean, the second thing then is to put a price, if you like, on destroying the environment.
The British Deputy High Commissioner to Nigeria highlighted initiatives under climate finance made available by the United Kingdom.
We're doing practical things here in Nigeria. We have a climate finance accelerator initiative intended to try and match projects with money. We have agriculture programs that are helping with smart agriculture, climate resistant agriculture, growing crops that give a greater yield.
Collective and transformative actions, these environmentalists insist, can foster better environmental protection, especially with the increasing effects of climate change. In Lagos, Jennifer Igwe, NTA News.
Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for updates. Time for some messages. The news continues shortly. Please stay.
Oh, God, they make a run use the phone, Daddy.
Guy, what did you blow line now?
Baba, calm down now. Some people say NIN wahala, they give me stress. They don't even block my line.
But my glow NIN league is simple pass now.
Eh?
Yeah, simple. Just dial star 109#. Tell what to do. See, give my phone.
Hey, what if I don't get NIN before?
Simple. Just go any glow word now. Once you go get your NIN. Yeah.
Eh?
Yes.
I get plenty guys who don't link their NIN until now their phone still dey block.
Tell them when they go any glow word now. Once they go block their line.
Eh?
Yes, now.
I know wahala. Make I use the home phone for now. I go start my own later.
Guy, talk plenty talk. You know, so when I link my line, glow that me plenty bonus.
Eh?
Yes, now. And when you link your own line, glow with that you up to 20,000 naira bonus. 20,000. Yes, so 20,000 naira bonus.
Yeah, ma'am. Take your phone. Remove. Yeah, I don't link my NIN.
This bonus now for both you and existing customers. So
it's your turn to make a difference. Are you an entrepreneur, developer, designer, problem solver, or a coding expert? Are you looking to create new digital economic solutions? Then let's design the future at the eNaira Hackathon. Theme: Africa's Gateway to a Digital Economy. Register at www.affcbnhack.com. Application closes July 21st, 2022. Terms and conditions apply. eNaira Hackathon is powered by the Central Bank of Nigeria and Africa Fintech Foundry, AFF.
His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, will be unveiling the NNPC Limited. This epochal event will take place on Tuesday, 19th July 2022. Time 9 a.m. Venue:
the Presidential Conference Center, Aso Villa, Abuja. It is a moment of history. NNPC Limited. Energy for today. Energy for tomorrow. Announcer.
The power,
the performance, concentrated power, concentrated performance, the partnership of concentrated power. Salty, the official regional partner of Paris Saint-Germain.
Does your toothpaste give you complete fresh protection? New Close Up Toothpaste Complete Fresh Protection takes care of your 5 important oral care needs. It gives you strong teeth, prevents tooth holes, cleans deeply, fights bacteria, and gives you fresh breath. Complete fresh protection from Close Up.
Mama Pete, now wetin happen? You no chop.
I no dey feel well at all. I just think na malaria dey worry me. And I don't tell Taylor may he meet me for here.
You suppose go hospital make you go do test now.
Na waste of time, Jare. Mama Faith, I beg no vex, so I no waste your time. You go stand up, make I take your measurement.
Measurements. If you just look the person, you go sew the cloth where you go fit am well.
Now who they do that kind of one?
Now people where you don't conclude say they get malaria where they never do test.
I don't hear. Sense, Mama. I receive sense, so I go do am correct now. Batelo, quick come measure me. Make I quick go do my malaria test.
Fever na sign of plenty different diseases dem, plus including malaria. When you quick do test and na malaria, dem go give you correct medicine. Stop dey waste your money on top wetin no dey worry you, and make you finish all the medicine wey dem give you patapata. Na Federal Ministry of Health and American people dem bring una this message.
One of the reasons why I started Munira, I wanted to make people feel good about what they wear. I lost my dad in 2008.
The day where the man died, I don't want to remember. School fees come the adults. Please no come go for me too.
My journey with NTN started in 2014. I remember the night I told my mom I had gotten the scholarship. It was midnight. I went to the room, I woke her up and I said, I've gotten a scholarship.
Oh, happy. Neighbor week.
The tagline for the YEDP program was "Turn it up." The funding has helped me turn my dream on. My ambition is to be successful, impact lives, and generally just make people happy.
Thank you for staying with us. Oil prices rise first day of the week amidst Russia supply jitters. Musa Abubakar has details of these and more on Business News.
Thank you, Kenna. As the World Bank assisted states fiscal transparency and sustainability program SIFTAS gradually winds down, the federal government says it has so far disbursed about 351.65 billion naira to state as grants in the second tranche of the $750 million financing National Coordinator of the program, Stephen Okon, stated this at a workshop organized for civil society organizations in Abuja.
Also in the process of making more disbursements for the 2020 APA, we call it, and the 2021 APA. So the 2021 APA, which we expect to disburse in October, will be the last of this disbursement.
I think this is where the critical game have to come to play. The dangling fund is closing, which means whoever is operating based on the fund will stop unless someone else put a pressure on him. And this is the purpose of this meeting, where we have more citizens, at least most citizen-led organizations, understand that, look, since this is going to finish, how do we make sure that what has been achieved is not retracted?
Oil prices extended gains on Monday, boosted by mounting concerns over gas supply from Russia and a lower dollar, offsetting demand fears brought on by possible recession, China lockdowns. CNBC reports that Brent crude futures for September ended in the day 5% higher at $106.27, having gained 2.1% on Friday. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures for August delivery settled 5.13% to trade at $102.60 after rising by 1.9% in the previous session. Into capital market, stocks on the Nigerian equities market began the week on a positive note as the all-share index rose from 52.2 to 15.12 in the previous trading session to settle at 52,319.94 points this Monday. Market capitalization also advanced to 28.2 trillion naira, 116.28 million shares exchange hands in 4,525 deals valued at 3.46 billion naira. The financial services industry led to the activity chart with UBA, Zenith Bank and FBN Holding dominating the session. That's business news. Kene, it's over to you.
Thank you very much, Musa. Now, the Onitsha River Port is to commence full operations with the official handing over of the port by the federal government to the concessionaires in Abuja. Oyinaya Kaluoka reports.
The Onitsha River Port was built in 1983, and since then it has been lying fallow and unutilized. Efforts to revive the port by the federal government led to its concessioning. Handing over the facility to the concessionaires, the Managing Director, National Inland Waterways Authority, NIWA, George Mogalu, said the concession is for about 30 years, and the deal will see the federal government earning about 4 billion naira at the first instance and another 23 billion naira over the 30 years concession period. He noted that the impact on the economy will be huge.
5 million containers arrive in Lagos for Southeast, for example. It translates to 10 million trailers being on our road. 5 million bringing it, 5 million taking the containers back. So if we can now move it by water, we have reduced that pressure from the road. We have saved our infrastructure. So there's quite a lot of advantages in getting that Onitsha functioning optimally.
The MD disclosed that the Ogota, Lokoja and Baru river ports are next to be concessioned. In another development, Bangladesh is to collaborate with NIWA in agricultural production along the waterways. The agreement was made when the High Commissioner of Bangladesh to Nigeria visited NIWA's MD in Abuja.
This is going to impact the economy by 1.3 to 2%. And it is going to reduce the poverty by 0.8% per year, according to an assessment.
The area of mutual interest between both countries include dredging and cultivation of agricultural products along the various river basins across the country. Oyinaya Kaluoka, NTA News.
The significance of policies towards a painless energy transition has continued to dominate discussion in the global energy sector. Incidentally, that forms part of the theme for the 15th Annual Conference of the Nigerian Association for Energy Economics, which says energy transition and climate change policy and the multiple pathways for sustainable development in Africa. Lydia Sampson has details.
Online participation had key players reiterating that countries with abundant hydrocarbon resources will have to completely overhaul their energy mix, especially in the transportation and industrial sectors of the economy, to successfully meet a net zero emission target.
You have to ask, how does the developing world feel when the Western oil and coal guzzling economies tell energy deficient countries to reduce their use of the world's most efficient development enabler? You have to ask this question. Is this climate equity?
The PTDF desire to develop strong relationship with the industry in view of ensuring that the benefit of PTDF capacity building interventions are impeccably achieved through collaboration with stakeholders.
The Nigeria Association for Energy Economies and counterparts noted that critical to tackling the longer-term impacts of climate change in Africa, strategies will include changing rainfall patterns currently affecting agriculture, food security and poverty. They reiterated that for Africa to thrive, it needs to navigate and be in the forefront of the fight against climate change. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Stakeholders in the social protection space are meeting in Abuja to validate the draft of the National Social Protection Policy. Muplang Dakok reports that this is with a focus to alleviate poverty in the country.
A 2019 report of the National Bureau of Statistics estimates that 40% of Nigerians fall within the poverty bracket. In order to achieve a robust policy, this gathering brought together focal persons in the social protection space to validate the draft revised National Social Protection Policy.
When we started it, the objective was to keep in mind the emerging issues, the changes that have happened, and incorporate these changes.
Other aspects factored in the revised draft policy include emergencies like COVID-19, impact of Russia-Ukraine war, and emergence of urban poor, as well as health insurance and gender sensitivity.
Let me also inform you that youth, civil society organizations, development partners, private sectors, and the general public were engage physically and virtually to harvest their inputs for a robust reviewed document.
Owing to the challenges we face by the citizen in the areas of social protection, we will continue to do our best.
The document itself is somewhat ambitious, but I must say that what you have there is completely doable.
The workshop is expected to provide inputs which will be added to the draft and presented to the National Economic Council in Abuja, Muplang, Bakok. NTA News.
Next is Benin, and Obehi is our guide.
Hello and welcome to Benin. As a way of upscaling the performance of the federal government's social investment program, the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, saddled with the mandate of driving government's intervention program, has kick-started the training of personnel who will supervise the implementation in communities where they exist. The Minister, Hajia Sadia Umar Farouk, who was represented at the training in Benin, reiterates the federal government's commitment to closing the poverty gap through its various economic empowerment projects. Ifama Kafo reports.
The social intervention programs of the NSIP are job creation, Empower, National Homegrown School Feeding Program, Conditional Cash Transfer, and Government Enterprise and Empowerment. All these citizens of Edo State are beneficiaries. For proper implementation, 3,000 Stream 2 independent monitors are here to be trained. Representative of the ministry who delivered the minister's remarks, Margaret Shuka Ogude, says the NSIP independent monitors will monitor in community schools, market clusters, and households where the interventions exist.
This program has been established in other states, and we are here in Edo State to also continue the process. We already have other independent monitors working already.
Engagement letters and working tools such as tablets were distributed to them and were trained on the workability of the application.
We want them to look into the case of Edo State, then raise fund for Edo State so that it could be effective.
The structure, they give us what we needed in order for us to carry out the assignment that is being given to us.
As the additional men and women that will serve as Stream 2 monitors have been trained, it is believed that they will work hand in hand with the state NSIP team to achieve the desired objectives of the program. In Benin, Ifoma Okafor, NTA News.
And now to education. The acting governor of Edo State, Philip Shaibu, says the idea of the Government Science Technical College is to train quality manpower and make it a flagship project for the state and the entire country. This was when he visited the college in Benin for a fact-finding mission. Udakobong Achibong reports.
The acting governor was at the college to match paperwork with what is on ground in terms of work done. It was second-round materials and facilities, including electrical installation cables, as well as 1.6 kilometer stretch of road within the premises of the college. The tour was an opportunity to see other things that needed to be done to upgrade the college and make it a world-standard citadel of learning. The acting governor, who was impressed with the quality of work done, stated the commitment of the state government to do the needful to ensure the project is delivered on time.
We are creating a world-standard technical college, and that will produce quality human capital for our state, and also become a center of excellence where every graduate from this school will be, if I use the word hotcake, will be hotcake in terms of quality manpower and labor.
The project is at the completion phase, and with additional security, the engineering firm handling the project gave assurance of a speedy delivery. In Benin, Udakobong Achibong, NTA News.
And that's it from Benin. The news continues in Abuja right after this break.
Don't be here on time. Right on time.
ones will rush home for tasty meals prepared with Sonia tomato mix. It's so good eating together with the family. Thanks to Sonia. Sonia tomato mix brings you together.
When times are tough, we know that as a mother, one thing you should never compromise on is your family's oral health, because they deserve the best. Oral-B all-round protection. Great value. It protects your mouth from harmful bacteria and also protects you against tooth holes and gum problems, which can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your family's teeth and gives them all-round protection. So remember, protect their future. Oral-B for healthier, stronger teeth in just 1 week.
Once upon a time, an idea was born. It grew into one institution with a master plan. Since 1989, IBTC has evolved to become Stanbic IBTC, setting the base as one of the first holding companies in Nigeria. Over the years, we've expanded beyond banking to owning formidable business subsidiaries across 10 industries, all backed up with AAA Fitch rating. With over 4,000 employees, our presence across the country is further strengthened by our efficient network of digital channels. Our dedication to the Nigerian dream has granted us recognition 44 times by 18 awarding bodies in 6 sectors. We are proud to be champions of exponential trade finance through our partnership with the largest bank in the world, facilitated across 22 sectors. Nigeria is our home, and we are committed to driving her growth. So whatever your dream is, we believe it can be.
We are back. It's Dangote Bag of Goodies Season 3. Yes. Spell Dangote and become a multi-millionaire. Category 1. Pick up the scratch card in bags of Dangote cement and win instantly. Category 2. Pick up the scratch cards in bags of Dangote cement to spell DANGOTE and qualify to win #1 million star prize. Category 3. Pick up the scratch cards in bags of Dangote cement to spell DANGOTE and qualify to win #5 million mega star prize. When you pick an alphabet with an eagle, one of the alphabets must carry the Dangote Eagle logo for you to win the mega star prize. Terms and conditions apply.
Ovaltine 3-in-1. It has great taste. Big day ahead. Yummy, yummy, full of nourishment. Bodies and shop like Ovaltine 3-in-1. 3-in-1.
New Ovaltine 3-in-1. Smart choice for smart kids.
The north is so beautiful. And the food, ooh, it's nothing like I have ever tasted before. The color,
Vibrant. What about the aroma?
the aroma, oh gosh. It smells just like this one.
This smells so good.
Yeah. Your Dambo Shinkafa tastes even better. How did you do it?
Onga seasoning. It's all the seasonings you need for great taste and aroma. Onga, Mama's helping hand.
Guys, we can't leave. We've got to finish the client's order tonight.
This time,
How about some top tea to cheer us up?
Only one bag of top tea makes 2 strong cups. So taste to know more flavor, enjoyment, friendship, and upliftment.
Wow, this looks gorgeous. Beautiful.
Taste to know. Top tea.
Energy for today, energy for tomorrow.
Looking fresh for your date? Get even fresher with Close Up. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula. It cleans deeply, fights 99% of bacteria, and cools intensely, keeping you protected and fresh.
Protected and fresh. Protected and fresh.
let's take a picture.
Protected and fresh.
Still fresh, still protected.
Feeling good and protected.
All day confidence to get close. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula.
Now to sports updates with Bade Adelea.
Nigeria's representatives at the just concluded 4th edition of the African Cycling Championship track in Abuja have promised to redouble their efforts in future competitions. Team Nigeria finished 4th with 4 gold, 7 silver and 6 bronze medals, with South Africa emerging overall winners after they garnered 20 gold, 13 silver and 9 bronze medals. Egypt finished 2nd, while Algeria settled for 3rd.
This second one was very tough. A lot of country came for this second one, and I really enjoy it, seeing a lot of country here competing with different people.
To football, South Africa sealed their place in the final of the 2022 Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco by recording a slim 1-0 win over an impressive Zambian side in the first semi-final match played Monday evening. Linda Motlalo converted a 94th minute penalty to send the Bayana to their second consecutive final appearance and put them a step closer to their maiden WAFCON trophy.
Can she do it again? Mutlalo for South Africa has tucked this ball home confidently. She's got her second of this tournament. Both have come from the penalty mark.
And finally, Shakhtar Donetsk are seeking €50 million worth of damages from FIFA and have filed papers in the Court of Arbitration for Sport, appealing a ruling that allows foreign players to unilaterally suspend their contracts in Ukraine. The dispute rests on a FIFA ruling announced on June the 21st, which stated that foreign players and coaches in the war-torn country have the right to suspend their contracts with Ukrainian clubs until June the 30th, 2023. With sports update, Bade Adeleye, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari sends heartfelt condolences to the government and people of Gombe State as well as Gombe Emirate on the passing of Ajian Gombe and Senior District Head of Kwami Local Government Area, Alhaji Haruna Abdullahi. In a statement, President Buhari joins in mourning one of the longest traditional title holders in Gombe Emirate, who spent over 53 years as District Head of Kwami. Alhaji Haruna Abdullahi will be remembered as a leader who taught his people contentment, integrity and respect for humanity. Meanwhile, the president has also commiserated with the All Progressives Congress APC family in Borno State on the death of a chieftain of the party, Umaru Karetu. The president pays tribute to the many contributions and sacrifices of the late Karetu to the progress, peace and stability of Borno State as well as the APC. President Buhari prays Almighty God to forgive the shortcomings of the deceased and grant the grieving families the fortitude to bear the losses. And that concludes NTA Network News tonight. Thanks indeed for watching. I am Kene Ima Abodike. Good night.
You can watch NTA International live on your TV, computer, iPad, tablet and phone. Log on to visiontv.co.uk and click on Entertainment, then NTAI. You can also download the iOS or Android app on your mobile devices to watch NTA International on the go, anywhere in the world. NTA International,